Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a flight simulator. Let's go. So welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the FPV series. If you're new here, this is basically my FPV journey. This is only a third video of the series, and yeah, pretty much all the details for this is linked in the corner, whichever corner it is. But basically, this is my FPV journey from the ground up, and we've got great things to come. So today we're talking about the Liftoff flight simulator. Now, what is the Liftoff flight simulator? Well, it is an FPV simulator that is on a website called Steam Powered. I'll link that below, but if you've not been on there, it's basically like a gaming streaming platform. I only found out about it because of Liftoff. And I only found out about Liftoff because just on some YouTube videos that I'd seen before. So today we're pretty much going to go through the simulator and basically go through all the different points that are on there. We might have a flight today, we shall see, but pretty much just a walkthrough for now, until we can get on it and do some flying in another video maybe. So Liftoff cost me about £15 it's supposed to be, which I think is pretty damn reasonable. I paid £25 to get some extra bits. So it's like one of the games within it is micro drones, so you go through houses and small spaces and stuff like that and practice all like Sinuit style stuff. I haven't been on it, I haven't been onto the game yet. And then another one is loads of levels with vehicles that are moving, which is mega, because I think if I've got a client job in the future where I'm following race cars or whatever cars, vehicles, demolition, all that good stuff, I can learn obviously now, but I can practice before the task, and I think that's invaluable. Save me smashing up the drone beforehand, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, things to note: gonna need a fairly good laptop or PC, and it can be quite power hungry for your computer, because the graphics are mega and it's constantly updating throughout like different 3D spaces and stuff like that, obviously as you play. But yeah, the whole premise of it is basically to immerse you into the FPV scene. So when you see it on the computer, you've got like what you would see through your goggles and stuff like that. I was going to do a video about the DJI flight simulator, but I don't have any goggles yet because I haven't ordered my FPV. I've only got my controller, which you saw in the last video. So yeah, this controller's quality. We'll go through tuning this controller anyway. So without further ado, let's get into the game. So the first bit that you're met with, so at the top right hand corner, I signed up for a Steam powered account. I don't think you need to, it's not necessary, but I signed up for it anyway, just XP points and all that cool stuff. Don't know, I just thought I'd get on it. Up here is changing the music. I think some of the tunes on this game are quality, so much so that I found someone's page. I'll link it in the description below, but they've basically got the playlist of this music, and I just edit to it if I'm doing something that doesn't require sound for the edit. I just listen to the music in the background, and I think some of the tracks are class. But obviously copyright stuff, I can't show you that. But anyway, first thing we're on to is we got single player, multiplayer, tools, options, and obviously quit. Don't want to quit today, but we'll go for the options to start with. So you've got game. So in the game, you can obviously change loads of your stuff. So, word of warning, I haven't explored loads of this stuff because I'm obviously only starting, and if it gets mega detailed if you were like customizing your own drones, and I think some people can customize their own drones on here, virtual drones, and upload and put it onto the database sort of thing. So you'll see as we go through it. But yeah, if you just have a quick scan through there, basically changing the different gameplay modes and the general modes. Graphics, so I've got it on full everything. I don't know what VSync is, but double buffering, don't know what that is. But shadow distance for the visual effects, obviously the shadow distance from the drone, so you can actually see your drone's shadow, which is pretty cool because sometimes if you're filming something you might not want the drone's shadow in the shot, so it's just quite realistic to be able to have that. And then you can change the distortion of the lens, the fisheye effect is it called here, or the lens size down here and then the fisheye's at the bottom. Audio, just general audio stuff. Voice chat, not sure what voice chat is because it says just currently disabled because Liftoff does not have permission to use the microphone. That's cool. Like, I would assume if you were doing online races and stuff like that, but I haven't done multiplayer on here, so I've turned it off. Controller, so I'll go into the controller in a second, and then you can assign the buttons. If I was playing this without a controller and just doing it on a keyboard, there's quite a lot, and it looks ninja, so that's cool. DLC, not sure what DLC is. Drone something club, maybe? Don't know. Slipstream, Night Fever. So I think these three here are obviously additional stuff. Don't know what that is. That looks pretty cool though. It might be stuff that I've downloaded, the extra bit that I was telling you about, this extra tenner, whatever it was. Yeah, cool. Tools. So the workbench is crazy. So drone editor, you can literally like change the props. We'll go into it. So you have my fleet. Obviously I don't have one and I haven't created one yet, but that'd be pretty cool to get into. Blueprints. So if we go across and click onto the drone, you'll be able to see the actual drone. Oh, hang on a minute, my touchpad's all mental. So you can spin around. Snowmen in there. Snowmen's pretty cool. So in the actual game, there's 5 snowmen per level you have to try and find. But yeah, so pretty detailed. And you can see on here that you've got the drone stats, thrust and stuff. Obviously in real life you'd have the different motors, depends on what you're using it for. And then you can see at the bottom so much customization. You can obviously start off with a base layer frame, and then work around that. You can change the batteries that you have. So if you're racing, you want different capacities and stuff like that. So you obviously have more flight time, or if you want more power, then you'd have a different battery to upgrade it or make it more responsive, that sort of stuff. What is that? These are the motors. That you can change, obviously depending on what you want from your drone. Change the motors, change the props, loads of different ones, and depending on obviously what the use case is for the drone, depending on what props you put on there, whether you want it to be faster, slower, more responsive, or heavier payload. Yeah, we've got a different FPV camera at the bottom there. Not the action camera that's on top. That's That's just on there for aesthetics. But the actual FPV camera at the bottom, in real life, you would change that depending on whether you want like a better feed, or you want better quality, better resolution, dynamic range, all that good stuff. And then what is this? Action camera. I don't really know why you can pick a different action cam on there. I guess it's just an aesthetics thing. It says picture quality and robustness make this camera a popular choice. I don't really know why on this game why you'd bother. Maybe you can record. I don't know. But that's pretty cool anyway. And then antenna. You change the antenna, obviously depending on what range you want and stuff like that, and see how good the range is. But we're not going to go into all this stuff. But yeah, just an insight. That's pretty cool. Now, if I get back out of this, exit to the main menu. Yes. Where was I? So tools. So track builder. On this. So these are all the different levels. I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but basically you can make a track, a predetermined track, to obviously practice certain routes and certain lanes to get into, which is pretty damn cool. But we are going to go back to the main menu, tools, then track builder and replay. So replay, I guess, I don't know, rewatch your saved flight recordings. I don't have any saved flight recordings, I don't think. No recordings. But maybe that's why you would pick a different action cam on there, but not sure. Let's go back. So that's the tools anyway. I'll go into back to options, back to controller. So this is where I would set up my DJI controller on here. It's not turned on at the moment, so it's only really the toggles on the DJI remote that is usable. So in the DJI flight simulator, I think the actual buttons work depending on what modes and stuff you want it in. I'm pretty sure they do. But that will be coming in a different video. But for this specific game, it's just the toggles really. Like I said in a previous video about the controller, if you undo, maybe you can see it here. If you peel this off, it doesn't take much. I use my thumb. I wouldn't probably use a screwdriver, but let's try and get it off now. I'm not going to get it off now because it's a pain in the ass to put back. But in here, you've got two toggles to change, and instead of like this one here, where are we? Like this one here, it springs back. On here, I've changed it so that it doesn't spring back. So if it's in the center, that'd be like 50% throttle. So if we check like on here, as you can see on here, the what do you call it? The drone is reacting to my toggle, so you can do it there. But if you look on the other side, it goes back. So it's just setting up the remote so that it's better for use case. Pardon me. And then on here you can actually self-calibrate, which is self-explanatory. I'm not really going to go into that. And then you can fine-tune in the throttle. So if you look on here, you can see that how responsive it is, and on here you can see how responsive it is depending on obviously what you're using. But yeah, it's just really good. In depth on here. So that's tools. Multiplayer, obviously, as I said, haven't done multiplayer, but Liftoff, I assume you can do races and stuff. Liftoff Pro League, not a chance am I going to be entering that. I tried one of these levels where it would be like a typical race place that I thought that you have like within a stadium, and it's absolute carnage. That'll probably be in a later video. I just cannot for the life of me fly it within this stadium. I can do it within the stadium, but not in amongst the alleyways and stuff like that, like it's supposed to be on there. The thing that I'm struggling with at the moment is there's no grip other than the propellers against the air. Like in a car, you turn quickly because of the grip of the tires. You've got to, with drones, you've got to anticipate inertia as it's coming around. So I can't make any tight turns and stuff like that yet. But yeah, I don't know. I need to look into it more. But yeah, anyway, we went on a tangent. Single player here. You've got tutorials, quick play. Haven't done any tutorials, but I just went straight into it. Yeah, quick play, last session, quick setup. Free flight, that's what I always do at the moment. So you can just literally, I'll show you in a second, go into it and pick a level and don't do anything other than going around. Different races, haven't done any races yet. And then freestyle. Freestyle is, it reminds me of like a gameplay that you'd have with Tony Hawk's, if you've ever played that, where you just go around in a set time and you just go around and do tricks and stuff and get points for doing it. Get on a leaderboard, I guess. But free flight, I'll go for free flight and I'll show you. So you got all these different levels. You've got Straw Bale, which is pretty much just an open field, and it's got the bottom skill levels. You've got Pine Valley, which is, there's a couple of rocks and tons of trees, which is nails. -2, I think, is a car park. I took off and pretty much smacked the ceiling and couldn't do anything on that. Not yet, anyway. Autumn Fields, oh, that was a good one. Flying through some buildings and stuff like that. Hangar. Hangar's a favourite so far. If you've seen on my Instagram stories, this is like sunset with just ISO containers like the dockyard and stuff. I just thought that was mega, and somehow I didn't crash. It's just good. It was good because I was going in between stuff, and yeah, it's cool. Liftoff Arena, nails. Dubai one's quite good. It's like you go around where they would race, drone racing, but they're not actually obviously racing at the time. You just go around the actual track, so that's pretty cool. Hanover is a sick track. So it's like, it's Germany, but you get in amongst the trees. It's just like really real life, the way that I would be doing it anyway. Obviously not amongst people, but around a city that's empty. It's just really cool. Paris Drone Festival, I thought that'd be cool because I could get to do a bit of a dive and practice that on the Eiffel Tower. It's like a netted tunnel. It's horrendous to try and fly in. The pit, that's class. So pit is like a big quarry. It's absolutely massive, and that would be like a really cool place that I'd like to do in real life. So that was cool. The green golf, that's class as well. I was messing around on that one, trying to get a full throttle pass through a building at like 120 kilometers an hour. But yeah, that's cool. Hall 26, don't know what that is, but I guess a big warehouse, don't know. Bardwell's Yard, no idea, but it looks cool. Haven't been on that yet. City, haven't been on that yet. Woodpecker, that's cool. Massive structure to dive, so that's pretty cool. Short Circuit was the second level that I actually went on to practice on, and that's ace. That's really cool to look through. So I'll probably go through these in separate videos for each thing. We'll fly through it and explore different things. But Short Circuit's class, but there's a particular door that I just cannot for life of me get through. I need to try and fine tune my controller, I think, but it's constantly turning ever so slightly, so I'm always having to adjust and trying to get through a door, not like a big door either, just a standard door with nails. But yeah, drawing board, large abstract environment to map real world races. Never been on that, but it's pretty cool. And then if you click on Night Fever, you have got them all at night, which is class. I think that's well good. Nails though, obviously, and it's quite realistic as well. When you're doing it at night, the goggles and the camera is poor quality because it would be at night. Slipstream, I don't know what slipstream is. Precision piloting, difference between. Oh, slipstream was what I was talking about, the add-on bit that I bought with moving vehicles and stuff like that to practice. Look at that, short circuit with vehicles. That will be sick. Yeah, cool. That is cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Let's go back through it. Tutorial, quick play, freestyle. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for the walkthrough. 24 minutes my recording is, but I don't know what this is for the actual time. Quite a long one, I expect, but yeah, just a walkthrough, talk through this. I think it's an absolute class simulator. Loads of people have been asking me online what the simulator is and how cool it looks. So yeah, look forward to more videos with this. And if you've got any other questions, and if I forget to put any of the links in below, then just comment below and I shall stick the links back in or reply to you with a link. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Look forward to the next video, which will be actually flying, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, cool beans. I shall catch you in the next one. Laters.